Good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday, happy month end. Hey Jam, what's up, brother? Oof. Well, overnight inventory is long and it is correcting. We seem to be finding a bid just under 74.80. Just here. We haven't tagged the close yet. If you look at the 1 minute chart, the liquidation took a long time. It would sell off, go sideways, sell off, go sideways, sell off, go sideways. That is a pattern. I know you guys have the teapot and soup spoon and you have all those patterns, right? But this is a business pattern more than a chart pattern, right? So you notice how it sells off, it goes down, pops, but you notice they're selling into it lower and lower because inventory is correcting down. But instead of getting straight this, you're getting down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down, and then sideways. So that means there's a lot of short covering going on. That's what that indicates. So the short will work. This will help you manage your expectations. So if you wanted to short from 75.08 or 75.03 down to 74.93, it's just going to take some time. You might get there, but it's just going to take a lot longer because there are no large sell orders because it is the last trading day of the month. The next thing I'm working on execute an investing course, but I'm also working on something for traders. If traders can tell the types of business that's going on in the market, I'm trying to write a simple guide to knowing, what's normal. This is normal, right? We took, yesterday at the end of the day, we had a nice, trend day up, right? Took out the previous day high, and we trapped a bunch of shorts here, right? Which allowed us to get rid of all of this inventory. Everything that these we took in here, you can get rid of it before the last day of the month. That's good business. That's normal business. That's very healthy. Then you lose the bid at the previous day high, and we just put it on sale. And when you put it on sale, it brings in buyers. So let's see if we can take this and zip it up to VWAP, right? When the market opens. Otherwise, if we do a look above and fail of 98, you can maybe probably short it back down to 86. So let's see how this cookie crumbles when we open up trading and see what we can do. Remember, it is the last trading day of the month. I hope you got your wires out. Remember, today is just about taking it easy, do some nice light business, for you newer traders. Protecting what you made is very important. And even for senior traders, my advice is that you trade. There's nothing wrong with making your money, but hell, enjoy the summer. Why not? We only have so many of them, right? Might as well enjoy them. Hey, Matt, what's going on? Hey, all right, what's up? Yeah, Friday, last day of the month, all that good stuff. Hey, Moran, what's going on? How are you? Smart. Marcus, very smart. Got a little bit of a seller here. That's healthy. Let's see if we can crank over that level. And you'll have sellers up here. Basically, at the top of every one of these candles, you'll have a little action. We won't know how bad the traffic is until we get there. On the half-hour chart, I did a how-to video. I've started a new thing called Smart Candles. I figure it's a catchy name. Smart Candles. And my method of teaching is predicated on my nature as a teenager to do the least amount of work necessary to do well. So while everybody else killed themselves, in certain things I would find a way to learn smart instead of pounding my head against the wall. This is one of those things where we're going to teach you how to all you need to know about candles. You don't need to know all these patterns and everything like that. If you understand a little bit about the business, what are the candles telling us now? They're telling us this normal business is happening. What type of normal business? It's kind of slow, but it's steady, right? So we can judge a lot by the candles are supposed to tell us how sales are going, right? Keep it simple so you can focus all your energy on execution. And then I'm working on a series called The Mechanics of Execution by someone who has been a stock mechanic. See, there's that seller. We just poked our head above, filled those orders, and right back down, right? So that means when you guys get that wick, that means it didn't last very long. Now let's see if that wick turns into solid. Because you guys are always concerned about wicks. Wicks mean time. It popped back up there, but bang, they banged into it. Look, every time it raises it, it's like whack-a-mole. You guys know what whack-a-mole is? Whenever the market goes above 95 half, it's like bang, somebody's sitting there with a sledgehammer of sell orders, and boom, they hit it. So how do you use that in practical? Well, if you're long 93 and you know they're playing whack-a-mole at 5 half, sell it at 5. right? If you're long at 3 and you know that there's an aggressive seller at 5.5, sell it at 5. Maybe throw some orders out at 5.75, 6, 7, right? You know, if you're long, but if those orders don't get executed, now you can see that they're getting executed. That's good because Mr. Whack-a-Mole or Ms. Whack-a-Mole saw buyers, so they let them come out of the gopher hole a little higher and then whacked them at 96.75, 96.5. Right? That's how you trade that with some sort of wherewithal. That's how you trade where you actually know, excuse my language, where you know your shit so you can practice execution. This market's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen in September, but I don't think it's going to get any easier to trade. Spend some time developing your mechanical execution skills. And all that is, it's a fancy way of saying the connection between your fingers and your brain and using the software. If I tell you right now, 74.94 bid, 93 stop, by the time I'm finished saying that, you guys should have the orders in. Know what I mean? If you're fumbling around when you're putting in orders, you need to know your software better. And don't worry if you're doing that because everybody does. It's not like you designed the software so you know where everything is, right? So you have a level of competence with that software. Put it on Sim. That's what Sim is for, so you get to know the software, right? Boom, look at that. We're going to open. Hang on. Let me go grab this thing. We might open on a little gap, right? There's a seller right there underneath that previous day high at with VWAP. Now, inventory is long. It has corrected. Okay? It has corrected, right? And a fairly significant correction. So I will be looking to see if we can get back down to 93 and maybe take another long, right? I'm going to kind of just see if I can get in the groove. I haven't traded in, a few hours. So on that half hour chart, 74.99 half, right? 7,500. They should front run that level on the sell side. There's the point of controls here now. So it's moved down. Means inventory is shifted from distribution to accumulation. Here we do. Come on. Let's see. We're going to test this thing 25 seconds. Take it easy. Relax. Let the trades come to you. If you don't see the trade, don't worry. It'll come later. Don't chase it. There's always another bus. You can't get on this bus if you're stuck under the wheels of the last bus, as Uncle Barry would say. Okay, we opened on a gap and filled it, right? Opening on a gap and filling it. It's one of those things. It's going to be sellers up here at 5, 6.75. Hey, Cesar, what's going on? How you doing? I went long at 2, and I tried to sell it at 5, but I just didn't get taken at 5. Cool, good stuff. See if we just bid that 3 area. You know, the open is like when you turn on a garden hose and it's got a kink in it. You undo the kink, you get this burst, right? Now let's see if there's follow through. Let's see if we follow through. There should be bids at 98 to 7,500. If there aren't, right? I just bought 2 3/8 and I sold one at 4.5. And I was offered at 5.25 and I didn't get taken, so I flattened that out. Damn, it just got taken. Ha! Right after I sold it. Oh well. And then we're looking for 75.11 3/4, my friends. It's been a good level for us. 75.11 3/4, 75.11 half. Look for offers there. Hey John, how you doing? So people will say, well, overnight inventory was long. Yeah, but it corrected before the market opened. That's important, right? That's why the trade was to the upside because it had flushed already. Let's see if we can go tickle that 11.5. There's a stop there through it. If we take out the 13s, you're looking for 17, 17 3/4. Good stuff, Matt. Good stuff. Now, I got to put 4 of these frickin' things on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's where we topped out before. Right here. Hey Keith, how you doing? Boy, I'm ready for the weekend. I don't know about you. There should be some selling here. I mean, if I was long 98, I'd be banging them all with both hands right here. But hey, that's just me. I like to sell. I think it's because when you were on the desk and you had clients, it was a thing to make sure that your clients got liquid quick. You know, I used to be able to hit 6 bids simultaneously using telephones. I'd grab 2 lines, get my partner to grab 2 lines, get the guy sitting across from us to grab 2 lines, and we could wipe out 6 bids simultaneously. It was really cool. Now that happens in milliseconds with algorithms. That's okay, Dex. That will, as you get more experienced, that will change. Right? Remember, once the reason for you to exit the trade shows itself, get out of the trade. Right? But holding on while the reason for the trade still holds true and holding on, that does it takes getting used to. It really does. Don't worry. It's just a thing of repetition. Luckily, the thing is, this business isn't that difficult. It's difficult at first. It's just repetition. Get to know your software, do one trade over and over again. Have your, like, what I call your ride or die trade, right? The trade that always pays, that makes you money. And when it doesn't work, it doesn't cost you a lot because you know that it's not working. Boom, you get out quick, right? Do that one trade. For me, it's the look below and fail. It's the oldest business transaction in the world. Supply goes out, price goes up, right? Too much supply, they put it on sale. That's the short, which is a little more subtle, right? So we got some nice distribution between 8 and 13. Now we're going to backfill this move up. Let's see where they come in and buy. So we're looking for the bid. Let me make this a little bigger because I just realized that this is a little bunched up. So this is the warehouse is 93 lower. The highway is up to 08, and now we're distributing. We're at the store. We're selling the stuff we bought under 88, under 93. We're selling it up here between 8 and 13. Distribution is kind of hard to trade, right? Larger traders will try and build a net short position here, right? So if you're shorting 10 to 12, your lookout bid is I'd have a lookout bid at 9, 9.25, and then I'd have a lookout bid at 8. If those bids don't get filled, don't get caught sleeping on your feet, right? In this market, end of the month, right? Good, the bids are getting filled, right? So if you build that little short and you put your bids in, when it breaks, you get filled. It is. It's definitely, it's tricky. As Run DMC would say, it's tricky. Nobody gets that reference? Man, I think I'm like really old. Here we go. Putting her on sale back to VWAP. You're looking for bids at 98.99 if you're short. Nice. Hey, Anne Marie. How are you? That was the point of getting the song stuck in your head. It kind of goes with the price action. I like to trade to music. Good to see you, Anne Marie. Hey, Dave, what's up? Almost midnight for you there, isn't it? Boom, there's VWAP. Nice rotation. Now let's see, can we get a look below and fail of 98? Or maybe 93, that'd be better. Oh, there's 98. Don't stand in front of this. Let them pound it out. Let this candle close and see who comes to the party. Just pretend we're greeters at Walmart. See, there's 93. Okay. Let's see, maybe we can do a little look below and fail of 93. No, no. So I bought 93. I scratched it because I went, you idiot, you're too early. So I scratched the trade. Okay. I went long 93 way too early. Way too early. Right. And if it breaks 88, then look for a better deal down here at 74.83. Sorry about that. So that's just like, okay, just get me out of this. There's too much selling competition. Just march it up and then just boom, 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 boom. Just a couple of big sell orders will do it. That's nice. So yeah, I bought 93 quarter on 2, and I scratched them out at 92. So grabbed some at 88 this time, and I'm selling the 92s because I'm just using the middle of the zone, and I'm out. Now, let's see if we can go down to 83. I'll let them figure this out. It worked once. I don't want to be too greedy, so I'll wait for an 83, or wait till we come back up over 92, 93 and go up to VWAP. See, there's the seller, right? Aha, there you are. That's what I was looking for. I want to see where the seller steps in, right? So we know we got a seller there, so no sense buying it. Wait for a better deal. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There's 83 quarter. Let this candle close itself out. That's where we bid before. The 5 p.m. closes here. That was a very quick inventory correction. Yesterday it took a long time and it didn't correct inventory. Today it did. So I'm long 84, selling 86. I'm out quickly, quickly, quickly. All right, take it again, put some offers out at 87. Let's see if we can get there. Big candles. No, I'm gonna scratch out of this if it can't hold 83. I'm gone. Let's see if we can tag the close. Or if we come back up over 83 quarter. 74.63 quarter, William. Let's see if we can. Next candle. Come on, push it down. You don't be a bastard. Give me a fill. Come on. Come on. There we go. God, I'm at 85, selling 88. 2 left. Flat. Nice. Okay. It's just, Matt, you just really focus on that 1 minute chart, man. It's you really got to maintain your focus and be a little quick. It's not crazy quick, but it's a little quicker than usual. Right? See, the reason we're doing that look below and fail at 83 is because they're front running the close at 74. Ain't that the truth, William? In this business, it doesn't hurt to be lucky, right? Right? I'd rather be lucky and skilled than unlucky and skilled. I'll take it, you know. Was I watching? I was watching Bull Durham a couple of days ago, and the baseball player gets the other baseball player to like rub his religious thing on the bat to bless his bat. It was hilarious. Okay. I was thinking we'd get some bids at 80, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I'm in no rush now. In a case like this, when you can't really, I still think lower. So let them flush it. And if I want to be a buyer, I already took a couple of scalps. I'll wait for a better discount, like maybe down here at 63, right? Previous day close. Yeah, we'll look below and fail of 74.5. There's also some short positions that we haven't spoken about because they're so far down the ladder here. These green areas are short positions. There's a lot of stops here. So yesterday's cost basis is all the way down here at 40. So it's been a great, great market for wholesale. That's a good one. Your roommate is noisy? Okay, here's the question, Michael. Is he a good cook? If he's a good cook and he shares, get you some headphones. Okay? All right. So if he's a good cook, there's some decent headphones on Amazon for like 35 bucks. Grab a set of those things, you won't be able to hear him, and just stare at the screen. Zone into the screen. Now, if he's a bad cook, you can talk to him about it. But if he's a good cook, you don't want to screw that up. Right? Lighter touch. Right? He'll see that you bought headphones and he goes, "Oh my, am I noisy?" You go, "Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'll take another omelet." You know? Remember, you're a trader. Okay. Now we've corrected inventory officially, right to the 5 p.m. close. Boom. Now, what's next? I've noticed this week I have been really bad at shorting. I'm going to have to work on that when I get back. This week I really sucked at shorting. I mean, a couple of hit and run shorts, but nothing decent. I've been hesitating on the short side, way more than I'm hesitating on the long side. That's what I put in my trading journal, so that's something I have to work on. Hey, TBD, what's going on? Here comes the overnight low. That 74.66 has proven valuable before. Let's see if we maybe slow up. Oh, come on, keep selling. Don't, no. Come on. It is. Yeah, you're right about that, TBD. My timing has been kind of off on the short. Always early. Always a little early. And I attribute that purely to a lack of discipline. There's our seller. Thank you for showing yourself. 5 p.m. close. Yes, please. I want to know where every last contract is buried and hidden. That's why I use the 5 p.m. close. Yeah, I'd like a look below and fail of the overnight low. Go down, take out the overnight low, stop short at 66, come back up over the overnight low, kind of do a 69.70 long to 74.75 on 5 or 6. And then chill. Come on. We need more sellers. Come on, come on, come on. Now, if they take out the 76s and they rip through that 78 offer, be careful, okay? When these candles turn green, I'm looking to see where the seller comes in and engages. And that's the top of the candle. So sometimes we have to let the top of the candle develop, which means we need another 24 seconds. Sounds like you're reading off the menu at a fancy restaurant. Yes, I would like a look below and fail. And let's pair that with a nice Bordeaux. Just braised slightly on both sides. Yeah, I've been using the short covering long, but I've got to say this week I've been very distracted. Okay, sellers at 78 quarter. Let's see, Keith. Let's see. I don't trust the low just yet. Come on. Come on. Be normal. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Get back here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's a moral imperative to test the overnight low. It's just morally incorrect to not bang out the 67s. Come on. We taught you better than that. There we go. A little bit more. All this is front running, right? It's a good amount of people who are short covering. There's the overnight low. Come on, 66, 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Come on. I went to try and buy 60 and it just jumped on me. Bugger. Okay. Let's see if we can grab some at 71. Oh, test it again? Ooh, cool. If it stays under the overnight low, don't buy it. Okay? Just be careful. This can be risky. This is a fast trade, so make sure if it accepts underneath 68, it'll gun for that 66. If it holds that 68, 69s, you can buy some, but make sure you have your sell orders out because just as soon as it rips, there'll be an aggressive seller somewhere here. Where are they? Show yourself. Come on. 71, 72. 72, they're there at 72. They're lifting. Sell into the strength, my friends. Sell into the strength. I'm flat. I actually got it at 69 and 70, just a couple, and I just popped it out around 74. That's good enough. Now they're going to work this low again, so let's go take it out. Oh, come on. Come on, take it out for real this time. You see when it goes down and then it just pops back up like that, like it sat on a nail, right? When that red triangle comes down to the red line that says overnight low, When it gets down there, you'll notice that it's like when you sit on a chair that has a nail sticking out of it. You're like, woo, right? That means there's some size buying there. Well, we got what we wanted, Matt. We got what we wanted, right? So we can clear these 75s. Whoop. See, that seller's still there. That's right where the 5 p.m. close is. You see why I use the 5 p.m. close? Because it works, right? That comes from a decade of not having a life and sitting in front of the screen and watching these little subtle things, right? So past 76, past grandmother's house to the cemetery at 78 and a quarter. That's where your sellers are going to be. There they are. Not too aggressive though, right? So that look below and fail. When you get good at that, you can go put some size on here, right? In this area, you can go and put some size on and pop it out. If you know where the sellers are, you pop it out here. If you buy 20 or 30 contracts and you pop them out here, it's not bad money, you know? And we're still in A period. Holy cow. This first half hour is as this week seems like it's been longer and longer. It's like the candles are big, man. And there's a lot going on, you know? Oh, of the overnight low, Jonathan. Yeah. I think everybody was in that trade. Well, we saw it coming, right? We saw it coming because how they get you is they stop here, right? They stop and you think that the low's in, right? On the first push, boom, it stops here and you're like, oh, the low's in. And then you buy it and you just boom, right? It's like that move in wrestling, the souffle, they pick you up and wham, slam you into the carpet, right? It's okay, SG. You'll get faster. You know what you should do? I know this is really geeked out, but replay the chart and where you miss trades or where you're too slow, replay it over and over and over. You can speed it up, slow it down, just like game film in football. And it'll pay off. And then you can see the subtleties and then get a little quicker and adapt your execution. It's okay to be slow, man. We're all slow when we start out. You know, nobody's a virtuoso doing this, even though they'll tell you, oh, yeah, you know, I was born, and when I came out of, you know, when I was born, I came out of the womb, I saw a stock chart in the hospital, and I knew I was going to be a trader. Like, come on. You know, nobody does that, right? It's just a learned skill. It's just repetition. I mean, people on Twitter will make it out, right? They'll make it out that way that, you know, they're like a virtuoso or something. Well, I use Sierra Chart, Animal Hustles, and it's got the replay built right in. Oh, 66. What are you going to do, 66? Front run? Break it, break it, break it. I want to see if 66 can take a good punch. 75 contracts is not a good punch. Come on. My grandmother hits bids harder than this. Come on. Oh, don't do me like that. I want to see what's lurking down here. That's why. What's what's hiding under the bed? There we go. Come on, give it some gas. There we go. Fill these singles. These shorts need to get filled. Come on. Couple more. Okay, that one's gone. Filled. I'm looking for a look below and fail of 74.55. Kind of longer time frame. For now, if it holds 63, you can buy a few and flip them out. You know that there's going to be sellers in 69.70, right? Make sure you do sell. If you lose that 66 bid, right, you lose the six. That's your risk, right? It's a look below and fail of 63 quarter. I was long 64 and I got stopped out at 63. That's okay. I'm getting a weird feeling. With this market, I'm going to just say this now. Don't be surprised if we go and test yesterday's low because it was a poor low. There's something about yesterday's low that bothered me. And then I remembered, oh yeah, it's a poor low. I told you, Jam, things would be different this month as we go. Remember, brother, wartime market. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is why I'm always telling you guys, look out for this, look out for that, look out for this. Because now you can see why. That entire move up yesterday could come apart all the way back to 74.06. Just so you know. Basically, it's a look above and fail of 74.96. So now inventory is corrected. If inventory continues to correct lower, that's telling you you've got a little bit more selling than you thought. Here comes 74.55. Let's see if we can catch a bid at 55. No sense front running it. There's 55. Boom. A poor low is 2 half-hour bars that have the exact same low. And what that means is that there are buyers competing. My bias has changed to shorting because the chart's telling me that. I haven't taken any successful short trades yet because I am not trading well this week. I had a couple of good trades. So what I'm trying to do is I'll wait for where my setup really works, like a look below and fail of 55 or 33. And until then, I'll just kind of chill out. It's the last trading day of the month. And I find by that time, and it's because I'm old now, I'm tired, right? I'm tired, and when I'm tired, I make mistakes. So now I'm into capital preservation. Keep all the money that I made this month, right? So if I do trade, if you do a little 55 long, I'm selling the 58s. Thank you very much, right? When it came back up over 55, I bought 55 half, I sold 58. Real simple, right? If it breaks 55 and drops, I'll be looking for that 44 level here and then 33. Because when it came apart here, when I saw these two big, like this big move down, I was like, you know what? It could be another one of those weird month ends. And Raj is not in the room right now, but 7 years now we've been doing this with this room. And I've noticed that there will be times you get a big month end move. Because yesterday was month end, today's market maker month end, which means the market makers need to cover today. So do not be surprised if we come down to 7,400 and tickle that low, right? Because we're dropping in on 44 like unwanted company. We're dropping in on 74.44 like unwelcome house guests here, right? So good, good. That's beautiful. That if you're in a short, that's beautiful. Just ride it all the way down and just use these levels here on the side, right? Just put some bids in, grab your cover. Yeah, I won't go long until it drags its carcass back over 33 or 55. There's really no point right now trading it for me to the long side. I'm, yeah, I will. Why am I going long? Because it's my go to trade, but I have to wait for the very, very best deal on a day like this, which is good because it keeps me from trading and over trading. And normally, if I'm like on the ball, I'll be shorting this thing. Not the whole thing all the way down, just chunks of it, right? Bite sized portions. Drop it into 33 now. So these big candles, my friends, what they are telling you is they are showing you the speculative nature of this market. Okay? This market is really heavily, heavily speculative. So, which means you have to really have respect for it because you can get so, I mean, you can get so whipsawed. That's why I tell you guys to really wait and trade at the edges. The edges are where, that's where the good stuff is. Big candles mean big buses, right? Okay, now we're starting to stabilize a little bit. Let's go mark those sellers, right? We know they're right here under 46. Right, now we got to wait for everybody who's trapped up here. Right, everyone who's trapped here, we're just waiting for them to puke out. And let's see if we can really drag them out to the 23s, the 33s. Nice work, SG. Well done, man. Good. I am ready for a couple of days off. Straight down. There's 74.33, right? Like I said, drop it in like a bad unwanted house guest. If you are going long, right, I'd wait till it finishes selling, number one. But if you do want to go long, do a look below and fail of 33. That'd be nice. There's a stop here that'll help. There'll be some short covering at 31. Yeah, flows down here. Where's the point of control? Dear God. Oh, it's all the way up here at 74.73. Let's see if we can drop a couple of thousand contracts here at a tick. Get some good absorption. Failure to take out 33. Right, you can long sell some at 43, 44. Make sure you have your offers out, if you're long, right? I'd wait a little longer, but some people jump the gun. They're long 37, 38. There's going to be a seller at 42. So just so you know, right? We're looking for 44. Boom, 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 boom. Close. There's 3/4. Right? This is like where we're vacuuming up all the contracts from above. So pretend that this is the Roomba. It's a couple of contracts left under the couch. Oh, better go get those. There's 2 under the bed. Oh, what's behind the fridge? You better grab those. You want to get all the contracts before we take it back up. Right? The more contracts we buy down here, even though if we have to take out 33 and then come back up, that'll really flush. There we go. There's the flush under 33. And it's just dropping in. Yeah, there's a stop right at 31 jam. And back up over 33. That is a look below and fail. Make sure if you got them, sell them, okay? Because the buying may not last very long. We might take another dip here. This is definitely an area where you want to let the size traders work that out. You see? It's a big level. You don't waste your money. Let somebody else spend the money. Right? So you're wondering what's going on at 33. That's why we use candle charts and this, so we can zone in on that neighborhood. Right? That's all these charts are. Let's see if we hold the 33s. You can trade 33 all day long. Long 33, sell 35, 36, right? Buy 34, sell 36. But just be quick about it. That's all. That's all we ask. There's going to be a seller here in the 36 area. There they are, right? Nothing wrong with 12 points. Matt, I remember the days when I'd give anything for 12 points. trading month end in RTH, I highly recommend that you don't do it if you're not consistently profitable and if you're not quick. It can get out of hand so quickly. It's really frustrating, and then you just drive yourself nuts, right? Uh, and I've said it a million times, right? That's why a lot of people will have a good morning and then they give it back in the afternoon, right? You got to know when to stop. Earnings, month end, and it's a wartime market. It's you got to respect it, right? It's tough. I've made the mistake we all have. It's like you know, that's okay. Good. Well, remember this practice then. It's okay. I have 33 holds. Well, SG, right? You just said, "Wow, this is the best trade of the week." So have you closed out on that trade now, and you're in profit? If I were you, my friend, I would take a little break. You guys got to know when to quit, right? You got to know when to make money and step away from it. I know, and that is the difference between gambling and actually working for a living. There's a look below and fail of 33. You should have your sell orders at 44, my friends. If we get past the 44, 45 sellers, next seller up will be just under 50. Like I said, if you've got them, sell them because other people are going to sell them and they are going to take your client faster than you can say Jiminy Cricket. Okay? Yeah. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should be pushing your edge." Well, if you've been, if you're not making 5 grand a day, you don't got an edge. You shouldn't be pushing anything, right? You should be taking your money and taking it out of your brokerage account before you pause get onto it. Hey, excuse me, folks. I've got to take this call. It's my cardiologist, and I can't afford to let them. I need this appointment, so I'm gonna log off now. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see you. I'll be back on Wednesday. So remember, if you're long here, I really apologize, but I got to take this call. It's important. So it's just so I can live longer and teach longer. So yeah, if we're long 44, we're up to 55. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay out of trouble. Thank you so much, everyone. Come see us at Trading Syndicate. Bye for now.